For some time, I've been brainstorming what kind of solutions and results can Uscreen deliver for people in specific categories and niches. Now, people may not know how a membership service will benefit them or why they even need it. But I would argue in today's climate, membership services can save your business, not because of its recurring revenue model from monthly or annual subscriptions, but because it gives you a new way to connect and create community among your subscribers at a more intimate level without all the interference of censorship and other rules of centralized platforms such as Facebook. In this video, I have identified 7 types of categories and how they can use Uscreen creatively to offer unique and different experiences to their customers to help them remain relevant in the business through membership services. Let's shift gears. On a special note, I wanted to actually say that before you move forward with the video, this is a talking head video with occasional B-roll footage, so feel free to just listen at your own leisure if you can't sit down and watch it. But let's continue on. Now, entertainment is number 1 on this list because it's the easiest to identify for those looking to premify their content. Now, one can easily look at Netflix as a model and know that if you have entertainment brands, then the streaming model is an ideal business to make sure you are compensated for the content you and your team are working so hard to produce. However, it will serve you best to niche down and dominate a specific area rather than trying to offer too much, too scattered at once. I'll give you an example. Instead of providing Black content for Black people as BET and other services have already done, maybe you could focus on creating dramas that illustrate Black people in positions of money and power, the lifestyles they live, and how they abuse that power. Now, I know I'm mentioning this because I'm the type of demographic that will buy a subscription service for this sort of material. Man, do you know how much time I spend on Tubi scouring this library for this type of content? Now, despite the despondent reputation of Tyler Perry's Temptation, I personally liked it because it portrayed a nerdy Black guy as this tech founder with money swooping some young chick off of her feet. You don't catch many stories like that nowadays. That is the aspect of the movie that appealed to me, the most. For me, the tech founder was inspiring because, I'm in tech. This whole YouTube channel that I have right now is technology based. It's mostly centered around web design and development and some other things such as these Uscreen talks and Vimeo OTT discussions. For entertainment brands, it's not enough to have a general label of comedy or action and just include a bunch of titles in your service. Now, you have to give people a reason to return and pay a monthly subscription fee for the content that you're giving them. So that means getting extremely clear on what type of person you are targeting and what stories you want to focus on telling. Now, if I had the capital, I would start a streaming service aiming at people who are in tech, wanting to see their lives as software development parody, highlighted, all of that. But we'll talk more about that later on in the video. Look, man, if I was creating a streaming service for a fitness business, here's what I would use Uscreen for outside of coaching and your general run-of-the-mill workout videos. I'll be putting out more gladiator type of shows outside of these regular workout routines that you would see on most of these platforms. So this would be your American Ninja Warrior or your Strength Warriors on YouTube. For that type of series, I had that on a streaming platform rather than YouTube because the AdSense is too volatile. It's just too unpredictable. And I think that's where Strength Wars made a grave error, even if they did earn gangbusters from their YouTube platform. Nothing wrong with it, but I personally think that Strength Wars could have made a much bigger profit had they went with the membership service for their content. It's very much so premium on its own. I actually think it's too good for YouTube. In the fitness arena, I will also make the content more trajectory based. Here's what I mean. So you have a reality show of people who went from fat to shredded and then take those same contestants and place them in a competition type of show that really shows off how their new bodies will perform, if that makes sense. This is creating journey type of content that involves not only where the person is at physically, but how are they cooking? What is their day-to-day looking like? I would capture the psychological struggles of not eating certain foods and sticking to that diet and their overall just being vulnerable. And it's that same vulnerability through dramatization that will make for a great content for your viewers to stick around and watch. This will also help support people consuming your fitness content to stick to a regimen consistently if they feel like the people they are watching and they can actually go, hey, they're just like me. I can aspire to be just like that. You'll retain more viewers this way, and people will not have buyer's remorse or regret from paying that monthly subscription fee for your Uscreen membership service if you're a fitness person. Other aspects are having your typical reality show based workout content like Jackie Warner's The Workout that used to appear on Bravo. Man, I go lie, I like this show because of how it dramatized the operations of running an actual gym. Whether real or fake, it was entertaining, as I like fitness content that involves some sort of story. The bottom line is that you need more than just workout classes on a streaming platform. People today care more about looking behind the curtain to see how Phil Heath became Phil Heath. Now, this may be a controversial take, all right? So trigger warning. If they are steroid abusers, be honest about abusing those steroids. Because everyone is still trying to hide the abuse, you can stand out with that type of content that shows the struggle of that extreme abuse. Now, if you're doing the educational, fitness-based type of content, some entertainment will have to be injected in there some kind of way. What do I mean by indie content creators? Now, this could mean various things. Maybe it could be independent filmmakers who want their movies streamed on a monthly basis, or maybe you're a business person offering a platform for indie filmmakers to actually join, and there's some sort of revenue split. From a YouTube vantage point, this is your content creators who are under 100,000 subs and are building their channel solo, where it's just all them. They're doing it dolo. Uscreen for these video creators could replace, say, a Patreon. They could use Uscreen for their premium exclusive content, sell their courses and ebooks, believe it or not. Uscreen truly can be an all-in-one solution. If you take a look at my previous videos where I actually talk about building a Udemy on Uscreen or how to actually sell courses in a video link below, you'll be able to see what exactly I'm talking about. If they were looking to make premium content that garners reasons for a membership and are also looking to expand, Uscreen will provide that opportunity. Now, I will say this. There may be solopreneur creators who are operating a Uscreen platform already, but I honestly don't recommend it as it could just be way too taxing for one person to undertake all on their own. If you are an indie content creator and you're starting to experience and have a lot of success, when the memberships start increasing for you, you're going to need some help in terms of maintaining the growth and expansion of your platform. You can remain indie and true to the game, true to your artistic craft all you want, but at least implement a small team. That's all I'm saying. Boy, now we get into the heat of some things right here. Woo! Now, this is a type of content category as I was excited to speak on because there's a group of elites that exist looking to muzzle the mouths of people that have pertinent information to share. On the fringe type of content is for example, your InfoWars, your alien UFO conspirators, your doom preppers, much more than that. Now, if we're all familiar with Alex Jones, which I'm assuming most of you who are watching this video may truly be after his stint in the media right now and his now infamy that he's now enjoying. Outside of YouTube, he had his own website, which we all know to be Infowars.com. And he's had it for years where he had his own content, he was having his own memberships, products to be sold, all of that. Now, Uscreen is going to make all those things that he did a lot easier, but let's keep going and talking more in depth about that. One of my favorite Christian fringe groups to follow is the Prophecy Club, who has all of their old and new content ranging from things such as end time talks, fallen angels, the dollar crashing, and more biblical prophecy right here on the Uscreen platform, believe it or not. As a matter of fact, because of the times that we're in, this is a perfect opportunity for all you doomsday preppers to create videos and other resources that will help people learn how to survive the next impending crisis, at least to make a premium from it. And unfortunately, fear is profitable. Post-2020, we have entered a perpetual state of paranoia, not knowing what to expect at any given moment. Deaths are increasing, tragedies are randomly happening more frequently, and heck, biblically, it's only the beginning of birth pangs. People want answers. There are too many open wounds that require attention and healing. People, whether they know it or not, are in a position to want to pay money to someone who is working on or providing a solution to these situations. Websites like YouTube and Facebook are censoring more and more tinfoil hat content, categorizing it under the crazy conspiratorial folder. But they're not calling it that. They're calling it something what I believe to be much worse, and that's misinformation. There were other YouTubers I used to follow on YouTube, such as Mario from Illuminati Secrets Exposed, whose channel was deleted like a while back, and then another one, Face Like the Sun YouTube channel, who is now gone on some unexplained technicality. Call for an Uprising is another YouTuber that has had multiple channels deleted over the years because of the misinformation and labeling. Now, I wasn't a huge follower of Call for an Uprising, but from time to time there will be certain videos I would check out in the past. But not a huge follower, but somebody I paid attention to, who has said time and time again that YouTube has kept taking their content down. Eventually, I believe more Christian channels overall will be gone, whether conspiratorial or not, just for claiming the gospel of Jesus Christ. But that's just me. Even if you're not in the Christian camp and possess information that you have produced and don't want it censored, Uscreen can offer you that solution just like it provided with the Prophecy Club. Now, Uscreen will host your content where you can organize it, sell it individually as movies, or even offer rentals, sell courses, as I said earlier, within that same platform while still earning recurring revenue for the subscription fee. Amazon already does this, where you may be paying an annual Prime membership where certain movies are available for free of charge under that same Prime membership. Yet there are movies that you still have to make a single purchase on despite paying that annual service fee. So the model is very legit. You just have to provide a good enough reason for that same content model to work for you. I made an entire video dedicated to showing people how to build their own Udemy using Uscreen. I recommend checking that out in addition to what we'll note here in this video. Uscreen is a hybrid serving both entertainment and educational purposes simultaneously. And what I mean is that even on top of collecting a monthly membership fee from subscribers, if you have a specific skill, topic, idea, or wherever that is, what I call a super premium, requiring additional purchases to be made, then you can do that on your Uscreen. So for example, maybe you're a teacher who is tired of public education and want to teach kindergartners in a unique way that the system will not allow you to do. Heck, for all I know, maybe you want to create characters and dress up like some Sesame Street Big Bird, but teach more advanced academic ideas to young minds. Uscreen will give you what you need to get that job done. Now, I've consulted with numerous people who have asked specifically about these streaming platforms and what potential they have. By going with Uscreen's Ultimate Package, their Plus plan, you can have the ability to live stream, which means you can set a time when your learners can hop on and ask questions just like a classroom, where you are completely in charge of the environment. You do not have to tolerate any sort of trolling. Again, I highly advise looking into the Uscreen and Udemy video I made to really get a more in-depth analysis of how this is all possible. Uscreen will also allow you to use their tech, creating phone apps, etc., without their insignia, aka their watermark, being located anywhere on it. So typically when you use these platforms, you'll notice that it will have Powered by Uscreen, just like WordPress, at the bottom of the footer. And the only way that you can actually get that removed is through Uscreen's highest plan possible.
Man, editing this video, I wanted to add that having a Powered by Anything text on your footer makes you also come off as amateur and just makes your site lose some of its identity, if not all of it. Now, on the surface, people may not overtly care about this, but in my 10 plus years of web design experience, people will take note. To keep your platform's identity pure and its own, you want to pay to get that removed. Think about if Netflix at their footer had Powered by Uscreen or WordPress on it. How would that look to their consumers? I know how it would look. One, it will say a lot about its developers. Netflix is a billion-dollar company but can't hire its own team to have its own content management system. That'll just look weird and unprofessional. So the name of the game is to be taken seriously and not as some sort of peon, respectfully. I'm also aware that earlier in this video I showed you what I look at with the Prophecy Club, and I just showed you that they had the little favcon at the top of their web browser, the top of their tab, and they have the Powered by Uscreen footer. And I get it, sometimes you just need to get the content up, you just need to have a home to place it at, but from a very professional standpoint, it just really looks unprofessional still, but I get it.
Now, in going that route, getting that removed, your learners or anybody else will never know that your website is powered by Uscreen. Uscreen is just the engine, but on the surface and everything else, your website looks like a Ferrari, but they can never tell that the engine powering it behind it is something completely different. I also created a dedicated video on this part as well, but one thing I wanted to reiterate here is how people who are into arts and crafts, home remodeling, using carpentry, tools, supplies, electrical work, anything remotely dealing with home improvement, can now serialize anything into a tutorial course that can then be compensated for use in Uscreen. So if you wanted to be the digital version of Lowe's or Home Depot, not only selling power tools or whatever in an e-commerce setting, but also the training materials that went along with every single item in your store, you can do that with Uscreen. Uscreen now allows its creators to sell products integrated right there in the video. And I'm not talking about cutting, like having a video interruption into some sort of sponsorship. Oh, no. This is a little bit is much craftier and much less interruptive and annoying. So while your video is going, a display for a related product can be placed contextually within the video. So let's say, for example, you have a video teaching people how to use an electric lawnmower. Well, instead of waiting to the end of the video for your viewer to take action, you can integrate the product's e-commerce URL right there in the video player, and it will take frame and shape rather than just being some link placed there. Yo, that's bananas. So imagine doing that to all your videos that not only teach how to use the product, but naturally leads to the next course of action to purchase it, especially if the viewer is just previewing it, but wanted to take action right then and there rather than waiting to the end of the video. Again, when this video is over, I will link to that so you can actually see exactly what I am talking about. But no more do you have to have some sort of special goal accomplished like you do on YouTube in order to add links that link to outside of the YouTube platform to your store, wherever the case may be. Now, why would a traditional standard brick and mortar business need some sort of streaming service? Now, before Patrick Bet-David began Valuetainment, he was running his financial services business called PHP, or People Helping People. Eventually, he began to experiment with spreading his business knowledge and wisdom on YouTube. And over time, when his ideas were validated by an audience, he branded his momentum in what we know as Valuetainment today, which was a media wing to his business, but I think now is his main focus as he has since sold the PHP company. If you're a business without a media arm, then you're missing out on an incredible opportunity to increase engagement with your customers, using storytelling or raising a curtain, allowing your customers a sneak peek on how your business is ran, especially if you have an underdog story. Using a platform like Uscreen can service a loyal customer base with material that will enrich them and improve their lives. The ultimate person is someone who wants to dominate a single niche in the streaming space. Look, you can't compete with the Netflix, the Disney Pluses, the Hulus of the world. Unless you have the capital to do so, I got news for you, buddy or budette. It ain't gonna happen. But here's the good news, is that you don't have to try and compete. That shouldn't even be the goal. And I always said that if I was on the inside trying to build my own streaming service using Uscreen, I would make content that educates and entertains those in the tech space, specifically targeting web developers, software programmers, game designers, and coders, every category within that space. The type of content I would make would be the no-clip type of video game documentaries that they do, which are completely awesome. 10-episode seasons of chronicling a journey of a junior developer, their hardships, concerns, frustrations, etc. I would also make animations, cartoons, like my attempt I made with the arrogant programmer on my YouTube channel, parodying all this online social vitriol, the wokeness, and other ludicrousness that occupies tech. Here's my biggest suggestion. Don't start a streaming service, video monetization service, unless you have the following in place. Number one, a validated audience through some other platform like YouTube, building content to build that trust and prove to yourself that you can deliver consistently over time. Second, 50 to 100 titles ranging from documentaries, shows, course libraries, etc. 3, 2 other people at least helping you to build your site and service up to also handle any customer service on your end. 4, that you've done the math yearly for the cost of Uscreen operations and what you would need to charge your viewers monthly, not only to break even, but earn a profit. I mean, come on, you are asking people to pay a monthly fee for your content, and Netflix, Disney Plus, and all of them got people spoiled for choice to the point that they're severely overwhelmed with choosing. And man, here's the sad part. People are okay with this because they know that these places are constantly updating their libraries with new titles, knowing that they will never get bored. People take comfort in knowing that they are getting more bang for their buck each month. What are you going to provide to do the same thing? If you're a person watching this looking to better serve your audience with a more distilled experience, providing them premium content through a streaming service, then I invite you to utilize the plethora of tools Uscreen offers to configure and build your streaming platform. The link is in the pinned comment below. It is an affiliate link. I will receive a commission if you do decide to join up, but I have counseled, I have consulted, I have built website platforms for many people using this platform for so long. I've seen its success firsthand. I've built a quick start course that I want to give you for free if you purchased a new user account using my Uscreen affiliate link in the pinned comment below. Shoot me an email with a confirmation of receipt of purchase when you have taken that next step. Now see y'all in the next one.